Hello everyone, and welcome to the second attempt of trying to record and upload the NTA Week 2 battle against the Chicago Firehawks. So, most people probably didn't see the first video that went up, but one of my friends did, and he let me know about the audio issues that it had. Hopefully this should be better now. I'm trying to use a new program uh, to basically get things to stretch how I want them to, because I couldn't figure out a way to do that on OBS. Like, the only way that you seem to be able to do that is with game capture, and with game capture I just got a black screen whenever I tried to record anything. So OBS had a lot of issues for me. Basically the only issue XSplit has had for me so far is the audio issues, which I researched and was able to fix. It took a lot of research, but I was able to fix it. Unlike OBS, where I researched and researched, I tried to fix the black screen with the game capture. I tried to fix the black bars on the sides by stretching things, and it just did not work. I mean, there's probably a way, but I could not figure it out. XSplit is a lot more user friendly to me as someone who's not as tech savvy. So I think now that I fixed the audio problem, this should stay as my main way to capture things on the computer from now on. I did notice a little bit of lag in the first video, but in the test videos I did where I tried to see the audio problems, I didn't see any at all. So I'm just going to try this again basically and see how this goes, because I kind of fixed the lag with the OBS, and if it persists here, we might have to try to figure out what to do there. But okay, time for the NTA battle. So, where's team preview? It didn't show team preview for some reason. But anyways, he did not bring Slowking, which is huge. And it kind of ruins the combo move I had set up that you'll have seen if you watch the team building video with Doom Desire Jirachi and Raikou. But this also frees up Jirachi as well to just Doom Desire everything. It also frees up Weezing and Infernape. Slowking was difficult to deal with for my entire team, and it's amazing that he decided not to bring it. I'm not sure why my sprite is Dawn. It should not be, but whatever. That's a minuscule note. So he led off with Rhyperior. I predicted that since that's his rock setter. He's going to want to get those rocks up. But even if he didn't lead Rhyperior, Milotic was still a good lead choice just because it's basically a good matchup for his entire team. So, and he doesn't want to stay in. He's going to switch to Swalot. I'm not going to overpredict or anything. Just go straight for the Scald. It's going to get the burn, which is unfortunate for him, but, it's how these things go. So I'm going to switch into Jirachi, since Swalot can't really do anything to me. And as much as I'd love to fire off a Doom Desire, my best play is going for Psyshock here. And he decides not to switch out and just lets this thing die, which I am fine with. He goes into Volk. I don't want to stay in. I'm going to go into my designated Volk counter, which is Milotic. I don't know what he was predicting me to go into, but it works out for me against the Rhyperior. He switches in Dragonite, which again works out for me. Even though I don't get the burn, it breaks his multi-skill, so I can just fire off Ice Beams. He ends up being a special attacking Dragonite, which is great for me since I'm Assault Vest. He predicted me to switch out, I guess, and that's why he didn't go for Thunderbolt the first time. But, he's just going to let me take him out. So I'm up 6-4 pretty early, which is great. He goes into Volk, and this is my Volk counter, so I'm just going to stay in. and this thing gets lucky and dodges a hydro pump, and so now after being weakened from Dragonite, I cannot take another Giga Drain, and he knows that, and he's gonna go for it again, and I know he's gonna go for it again, so I'm gonna switch into Infernape to take that, and fire back with a Stone Edge, and that'll take it out. But it misses, which sucks. This thing has gotten so lucky. It's dodged a Hydro Pump and a Stone Edge. I don't know if the Hydro Pump would have killed it, but the Stone Edge definitely would have. And so now the only thing that had positive differential from the last game is now going 0-1 in this game. So that's not good for the MVP race. You know, that, like, the last, so far these games have just, like, canceled each other out. The only thing that was positive is going negative now. And, well, I won't say anything until the end, but basically this is a good time to bring in Altaria and get the Mega Evolve off. You know, I'm kind of scared to switch it in now after just the mistake I made last week. But no, I'm not gonna like not switch it in because of a mistake. I'm not gonna let a mistake change my playstyle or anything. It's just a good time to get a Mega off, basically, and you know that's what I'm gonna do. Now, I said in the team building video that I didn't want to go set up until the Staraptor was dead. But basically, I'm in such a good position at this point that I feel like it's okay to do that. He can be scarfed, but it won't take me out no matter what he goes for, and I can take him out no matter what. So, it would still keep me in the lead, basically. I would be up 5-3. Just Altaria would be on a little lower health, but he ends up not being scarfed anyways, and I can just take him out immediately. He goes into Lopunny here, and you know I decide Jirachi is the best thing I have to take this. It can still hit it neutrally with fighting moves, so you could argue that Weezing is better for dealing with Lopunny, but I really need it for Rhyperior, basically. You know, I don't want either of them taking on both. You know, Jirachi can't take on Rhyperior. Weezing could probably take both of them a little, but I prefer it not to if Jirachi can take on Megalop. You know, just so there's less residual damage on Weezing. You know, sort of like what happened with Milotic. Dragonite weakened it, and it was no longer a Volcarona counter like it was planned to be. And speaking of which, it's come in now. And I've gone for Doom Desire. And I'm really excited to see it in use. Basically, I'm just going to stack off the Milotic here. He gets a Fire Blast miss. Doesn't really matter, because he's going to be able to kill me with a Giga Drain anyways. And yeah, he takes the Doom Desire relatively well since it's not very effective. It's unfortunate that Doom Desire isn't really doing much, but hey, Psyshock got a kill. That's halfway of what I wanted it. You know, I wanted Jirachi to get 2 kills this week. I was hoping they'd be with Doom Desire, but yeah, we're halfway there so far in this battle, even though it wasn't with Doom Desire. I still got to use Doom Desire. It might not have been the best play in that situation, but it didn't affect anything, and you know I'm happy to at least be able to use it. It got that Volk really low, so that's good. He ends up being Shuckaberry Rhyperior, which is interesting, and just based off that damage, I don't want to stay in on this thing, even though it doesn't have, even though I'm not Flying type anymore, and it's not going to be super effective against me. I'm just still not going to be doing much with Earthquakes, and Weezing is a great switch in. And he's going to set up his late game rocks, and I'm just going to burn him. You know, he could have switched into Volk here, but there's nothing it can really do to me, so I would be fine with that. You know, I could just take it out with a Sludge Bomb. So, yeah. Oh, and Josh, by the way, you gave me a nickname suggestion. This battle was done before the team building video was uploaded, most people know this, but Josh might not know the format that well, so I'm gonna explain it to him why I don't have his nickname. I don't know if I even want to use that nickname, but um, basically, I don't upload the team building videos until after the battle already happens. Just so my opponent can't get anything off them, can't learn any information. Um, yeah, that's basically what there is to that. So I came up with this kind of generic nickname. I'm not like super excited about it, but it's okay. Uh, I don't really like your nickname either, Josh, but I don't know. I might like play off of it somehow. We'll see. But yeah, I'm just gonna start stalling this Rhyperior out basically. Um, I end up realizing that even though I could sell this thing out, I would prefer not to, since I can basically have this as well as Jirachi for Megalopony if it's needed, because it's that big of a threat basically. Volcarena's gonna go for the Psychic, and I can just take it out with an Earthquake. And I have two things in the back for Megalopony. I'm not that worried about it. He's gonna go for return. It's not gonna do much. And Psyshock is gonna take. It's gonna 2-hit KO Rhyperior, and it's gonna take Megalopony out. So it's basically what I have to go for at this point. There's no reason to go for Doom Desire anymore, unfortunately. I didn't get a Doom Desire kill, but I got my 2 Psyshock kills, so I'm happy. He's gonna go for Fake Out, just get some chip damage. If he had High Jump Kick, it would probably kill me here, but for some reason he doesn't. Or maybe he is trying to predict the wheezing or something like that. I don't know, but he doesn't kill me. I'm gonna take him out with Psyshock, and that will be the game. So Jirachi ended up getting more kills than I wanted, not in the way that I wanted, but I'm still happy. And yeah, that's basically that. The reason I left Jirachi in, even though I thought it might die to a high jump kick, was because it was the safest play, basically. Differential is important, but I wasn't gonna risk this Megalopony somehow sweeping me by, like, if I went into wheezing, and yeah, I probably couldn't have lived 2 returns from the range I was at, which is 72.5. So yeah, I probably wouldn't have lived 2 returns from that. So it was just the safest play to have wheezing in the back, not let it take that extra damage, and just be able to come in and get a burn, something like that. It was the safest play. I wasn't gonna let Megalopony sweep me late game just because I made like one stupid play at the end. I'm not gonna forfeit the game for one more differential. That doesn't really make sense, but you know what I'm trying to say. The safest play is what matters in the end, and it worked out in my favor, and it even kept me the differential. So yeah, I'm happy. Hopefully there are no audio issues this time, and XSplit will maybe become my main thing to record with from now on. I don't know, we'll see. So my team is now 1-1 in the league with a +2 differential. Next week we are going to face the Miami Heatrans, and this is going to be the toughest battle of the entire season, just for me in general. I don't know what the rest of the league thinks, but for me and my matchup, this is the toughest team that we have to face. I'm not sure if other people would say that his team is tough, but just matchup wise, it is tough. Like, okay, I just want you to take a look at Excadrill, like just one of his Pokemon, and look at 5 of the Pokemon that I brought this week. Earthquake, Ironhead, Earthquake, Earthquake, Earthquake. Like, this thing is scary. I am deathly afraid of this Excadrill. It can really sweep me. There's not much that I have for it. And he also has Mega Venusaur. He has a really good Fire Water Grass core. He has Arcanine and Suicune as well. And it is scary. It's a scary team. I really do not know how I'm going to deal with it. Like I've kind of started some planning and some team building in my head. Oh, actually, I put it on Showdown too, but basically, I'm trying to say that nothing is set in stone yet. I have like a sort of plan lined out. I'm not sure how well it's going to work, especially since he has so many things that work well against my team. He could bring any number of them, and I don't know what to prepare for. Like, this is going to be a crazy tough matchup week 3. And honestly, right now, I'm not sure how I'm going to win. Really not. I might be able to, but I'm going to need to come up with some plans that I do not have yet. And so, yeah, basically, things should be on a normal schedule now. This should be uploaded on Sunday, and then the recap should be uploaded on Friday, and then the team building on Saturday, and then week 3 battle on next Sunday. So that's how the schedule is basically gonna work for this channel up until week 8, basically. Um, because I'm leaving for my trip to Honduras, things are gonna have to change there. That's most likely going to end up being my last week in the league overall. I planned to just have my cousin Josh fill in for week 9, but basically, if I want to join the D League, I have to quit this league, and obviously the D League is much bigger than this, and it's something that I went over with all the other coaches, and they're supportive of my decision to move on to the D League as long as I get accepted, of course. I've been told that I have decent odds because I am a member of Around the Rhyhorn and stuff like that. It by no means guarantees anything, but it really helps, basically, in trying to get me into the D League. I've already submitted my application at the point of recording this, and I think I did really well. I went very thorough, in detail. I made sure to show off my dedication to the league and all that stuff. So I expect to get in. I'm optimistic, basically. If I don't get in, then it's understandable, I guess. There are only 8 slots. I'm not going to be upset or anything. But, I'm optimistic at my chances of getting in at this point. So, if I do get in, I will just be gone after week 8, basically. Either Josh will take over for me for not only week 9, but also week 10 and playoffs. Otherwise, I would just forfeit week 10 and forfeit my playoff spot to 3rd place in the division. If I got a playoff spot, that is. Which I plan to. I'm not going to try any less hard just because, I might end up leaving the league. This is also a good chance to prove myself to the people who are looking over the applications for the D League. To perform well in this league would show them my potential, basically. And I think this battle has done a good job of showing my potential as well. My opponent didn't really make any good, or I'm not. No, I didn't mean that. I didn't mean he didn't make any good plays. I meant he didn't make any predictions. Like, he made very safe plays all around. He never really tried to get back in the game once he started losing early. Just no predictions. I didn't really need to go outside the box whenever I was predicting in this game. So yeah, that's it. Thank you all for watching, and goodbye.